guys, I just want to give you guys a really quick update on what's been going on around here. I know I haven't posted a video in basically all week, man. We had a video up on Tuesday and that was pretty much it. So I've been going through an absolute wiring nightmare. You guys know how I am with wiring, and really it's not because I'm not any good at it. It's mostly because I don't have the patience for it, man. Patience and like, I get my OCD going whenever it comes to wiring, and I want everything to be clean and straight, and a lot of times it's really hard to do that, especially whenever you are working with a factory harness and a harness that multiple people have been inside of. So dude, this car has been, I don't want to say a nightmare, but it's definitely been a process, all right? And a process of elimination, let me tell you. So we started off in the last video, we didn't have any pulls from the injectors. I don't know if I mentioned it in the last video, but we also were not getting spark. So I do want to say a huge shout out to Sic Industries. He helped me quite a bit. Him and Mark from Honda Street Garage. I spent an hour and a half on the phone with Mark and sending wiring diagrams back and forth with him on Instagram for a good part of yesterday. So anyhow, I'm under the impression that possibly we have a bad ECU at this point, but there is one really good thing, one thing that has us taking a step forward, which I am excited about. I'm over here, I'm gonna go ahead, and key is in the ignition and turned on, battery's not hooked up, so go ahead and throw the positive on. You hear everything power up, the fuel pump is on, you can hear fuel rushing through the fuel lines and everything. I have this temporarily ran to the starter. Braven took the damn spark checker off. Man, well, I had the spark checker on here. Anyhow, give me a second. All right, so like I said, I have this temporarily ran to the starter. We have spark, man. So that was a mess. That was a mess to go through. I literally traced down every single wire. So what I did was I looked up the pinout on the ECU, on the OBD0 ECU that we have in here. It's a PR4 from the DA Integra, the DB1 Integra. And I traced out the pinouts on the ECU, so every pin that actually runs to the distributor. And what I did is I took a multimeter and I checked for continuity. So for instance, like C1, C2, C3, and C4, those all go from the ECU to the distributor. So what I did is I put one side of the multimeter on like C1, for instance, and then I came over here and I probed the plug that goes into the distributor, in which I made a little diagram right here out on this piece of tape. So I plugged each pin until I got a beep. So if I was on C1 in there and I got a beep on this pin, then I marked it C1, and so on. So I went through each and every single one of these and figured out exactly where each pin on this was running. And then what I ended up doing was actually taking the distributor apart. I had to identify what sensor inside of here was what, so then I can probe the wires on the sensors and figure out exactly 100% for sure what wire is going to what sensor, not based on color of wire. So that is where I ran into problems, man, as I was trying to match things up, not only going off of wiring schematics that I got off of Google, but also based off of color of wire. Like they said like blue green and blue yellow is the I don't remember exactly, I think it was the CYP, the cylinder position sensor. That's just guessing, that might be wrong, but that ended up being wrong. Like it's not the right color, and it was Mark that helped me figure that out, that it was the actual CKP and CYP sensors that were backwards and they had to be switched. But anyhow, like I said, I went through and literally probed each sensor on the inside of the distributor to figure out what wire was going to what, and then each single pin on the clip that's running to the ECU. That is how we finally ended up with spark on the damn car, but we are still not getting any anything to the injectors. So leads me up to my next problem. I'm gonna go ahead and connect the battery back up. I'm gonna come in here, shut the ignition off, and then turn the ignition on. And if you hold the main relay while you turn the ignition on, I only have one hand right now, but it clicks on and then you hear the 2 clicks. So it clicks on and then clicks off or whatever. Whether that's actually on and off, I don't know. But it has a click and then a secondary click. But whenever you actually turn the key from off, now turn it on, you see the check engine light comes on and it's supposed to shut off, but it does not. It stays solid the entire time. So from not only my research, but also from Mark at Honda Street Garage and also No Miss Industries, talking to him on the phone, that means 100% for certain that, dude, this freaking beeping. Anyhow, that means 100% for certain that we have a bad ECU. Go figure, man. I don't know. I don't know. So with the fuel system, I did the exact same thing that I did with the distributor. I went through each individual wire and I probed them and I checked for continuity from the ECU up to the fuel injector, and I did that with all of my pins that are running to the main relay as well. Everything checks out. Everything is where it's supposed to be, bro, except for the one issue that I think that we're having here is that solid cell light, which is pointing towards a bad ECU. So whenever I was messing with this last night, I did have a Noid light on the injector clip, in which every once in a while we would get a flash out of it. Every once in a while it would flash one time, and that is it. We have not gotten anything else other than that out of these injector clips. So another huge shout out to No Miss Industries. He sent me this video on Instagram. He just so happened to have a PR4 OBD0 ECU sitting around that he's not using, and he sent it out to me. That dude has been nothing but, in a huge way, helpful in the process of trying to figure this damn car out, man. He is just he's an encyclopedia of knowledge, bro. Like, anyhow, I most certainly am happy I now know that guy, man. He's definitely a cool dude. And I asked him how much he wanted for the ECU. I told him I'd reimburse him at least for shipping, and he's not having it. He's like, just pay it forward, man. Huge shout out to No Miss Industries once again. So I just wanted to give you guys this update really quick. This is literally what I've been doing all week long. I have been working on this car all week, and believe me, there was a lot of times in there that it was just frustration that I went in the house and took a nap. Anyhow, coming up to currently, it is now Friday. We're just kind of going over the house to get this place cleaned up and get it ready for another solid week next week of making some content, because we have a lot of work to do around here. At least I have a lot of work to do around here. I got my package from No Miss. Everything inside of this box right here is for khaki. I just unfortunately have not had time to be able to get around to opening that up. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to make a dedicated video on that. It's just we've been so busy with the sedan, and it's hard for me to detach myself from something until it's done. But anyhow, we're gonna wait for that ECU to get here and try the ECU, and if that doesn't work, then move forward with troubleshooting and trying to get it figured out. And other than that, just gonna spend the weekend kind of getting cleaned up. I want to give you guys also an update on the giveaway, in which ended on the 30th. So yes, the giveaway is done, and I told you guys I have 7 days to go live, and we're gonna be picking a winner. Currently, right now, we just got all of the t-shirts in yesterday. So Gabby is at this moment working on getting orders fulfilled. I'm hoping that she gets it done in time. The 7th is Sunday. I should have looked that up and gave myself 8 days so I could at least go live on Monday rather than Sunday. But if we get all the orders done from either today, tomorrow, then hopefully we can go live on Sunday. But at very worst case scenario, we'll be going live on Monday night to choose a winner of the Ruckus. So make sure you guys are paying attention for that. It'll be on YouTube, and I might put it on my story on Instagram that, hey, we're going live on YouTube, but you guys are gonna have to pay attention, make sure that you don't miss it. We need to get all the orders out, because as we fulfill the orders is when we tally up all of your guys' entries, you know what I'm saying? So all the entries go on tickets and they go inside of the bucket, which is going to go inside of the tumbler, and we don't get those tickets without fulfilling the orders. So we have to get all the orders fulfilled. So I'm gonna actually be, after I get off the after I get done with this and record it and get it up for you guys really quick, so you guys have an idea of what's going on around here, I'm going to finish helping Braven kind of get cleaned up around here. Then I'm going to zoom over to Gabby's and help her with orders, man. So wish me luck. I hope I get them all done. And I'm sorry that it's been kind of lacking on content all week, but like I said, dude, I've just been cracking away on this thing, trying to get it done. But anyhow, once again, huge shout out to everybody who lent a hand with the troubleshooting on this. I appreciate it. And I will be seeing you guys soon. Peace.